regular season series, 1 win apiece. Malonga against Stewart, and our second semifinal here on TNT is underway. Missed with the ball, the top scoring offense in the regular season. Stewart in the high post. Gray hits Stewart on the curl, and Breeze comes up with a stop. The first quarter is commercial free and brought to you by Allied. Do it right. Beckers navigates, fires, rolls it in.
Well, we know she said she wants to be aggressive coming out in this game, looking for her shot, and she loves that mid-range number.
Playoff Page off to a good start. Malonga the board. Beckers maneuvers up the other end of the floor. Has great pace. Jumper too strong. Malonga fights on the glass. Stewart chisels in, and here comes Alicia Gray. Stewart fires from the opposite side. A rim rattler that pinballs out.
And Miss want to play more freely. They're going to try and play at a faster pace. It is this cadence in the half court that Breeze want to go with.
Rakia Jackson, pure from deep.
Well, Rakia Jackson, to me, the X factor for the Breeze, it starts with her defense. She has a tough assignment. Guard Alicia Gray, and guess what? When the substitutions happen, Arike Agumbawali comes in, and she's such an offensive player that can get on the heater quickly as well.
Stewart uses the motor, now 0 for 2. Beckers hits the deck, tripped up by Burton. Malonga on an island, spin, fade away, good!
Breeze look really comfortable. They're doing so in a way that they're finding some of the areas that they can exploit this Miss team with their size.
An instant fan favorite, one of 2 new clubs to Unrivaled. Every player's jersey sold out by the morning following the roster announcement. In Breeze Basketball Club, Gray hunts for her shot, too strong. Miss now 0 for 5 from the floor. 7-0 Breeze. Jackson on the attack. Stewart tries to swat it, and that's a foul.
It was interesting, too, when we talked with Noelle Quinn and said having played at Philly, this allowed them to have a better feel for what this experience may be like. They played in the first game there, second game here, but that allowed them to settle in a little to what this may feel like.
And Lisa, the word Noelle Quinn used when we talked to her this morning, control, and that's to Sarah's point earlier.
Absolutely, and I think when you talk about control, taking care of the ball, Breeze has been known to turn the ball over a little bit too much. I think taking care of the ball is going to be important in trying to control the pace. The Miss want to play fast, they want to attack, and right now this pace is great for the Breeze.
Malonga drives. Stewart once again gives the foul. That's her second. Here in the first 2 minutes.
Giddy up there by the three-point line. I think she was getting ready to throw down another dunk that we've seen through the course of this season, a handful. What a great job on the push, though.
It was a great job, but I know Stewie had the power, too, because you do not want to get dunked on in your home.
I ain't going to lie. I started getting out of my chair.
I know. Okay? We felt it, right?
Malonga off on the free throw worth 2. Breeze, a commanding start up 9-0. They got blown out on February 23rd by Miss, 95-70. Coach Quinn said we were too cool going into that game. Malonga the block. They have shut down Stewart here in the early going. Now 0 for 4, 0 for 6 overall. Navigate the screen. Jackson stop and start. Finish. 11-zip Breeze.
Excellent pick and roll with Malonga and Rakia, and I know she was going to reject the screen at first, but the change of heart to use that screen really got her that open layup.
It was Rakia Jackson's defensive prowess that jumped off the stat sheet, and she had 2 steals, 2 blocks. Now it's her offensive game in takeover mode early.
Absolutely, and Rakia can do it on both ends, and we know that. We saw her with a 25-point game, but also the defense. When you respond defensively, Coach Noelle told us, when she starts with her defense, it then ignites her offense.
It sets the tone, and she said she was the best player out there the other night.
Rack attack by Burton, tapped out by Malonga. Beckers falls on it, leaking ahead. Rakia Jackson for 2. 13-0 Breeze. Timeout Miss.
Conscious of having attention to detail on a lot of those areas.
The youngins are thinking, why not us? Paige Beckers told us this morning we need to stay humble, set the tone. On to the next game. Agumbawali has checked in, hits Stewart in stride, and Malonga commits the foul on the hip of Brianna Stewart.
It's early, and we know this is a game of runs. We've seen a lot of contests through the course of this season. The leads can be diminished very quickly just with the pace and the ability to play. So there's still, you know, a level of calmness and confidence here in the Miss.
Even earlier tonight, we saw it. Final built to 7-point lead. Phantom storm back. Here's Stewart's run over the last handful of games. Tied for first in the regular season with Kelsey Plum and game winners. An 87% free throw shooter. Mist is on the board. Over to the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce.
Well, we talked to Coach about Stewie. They have such an organic relationship. She is absolutely an extended version of this coaching staff. He said there are multiple times where he will go to call a play, and she will have already called a play. Instead of changing it, he always rolls with her play call because of how well she knows her teammates and her experience in this game, how blessed they are to have not only Coach but Stewie on this team as well.
Great stuff, Allie. They need to stay together here. Ogunbowale on the spray. Too strong. Mist now 0 for 10 from the floor. We're going the other way, and Stewart picks up her third foul in the first 4 minutes of the opening quarter. Alana Smith has checked in.
What did Paige tell us this morning? In that win against the Rose, we set the tone in the first 4 minutes. They understood this stretch of time and the value that it would have through the complexion of the game.
Coach Noe also mentioned that when they start strong, they usually end strong. So this is a good sign for the Breeze Club.
Rise and fire, Courtney Williams. One of the stud buds featured in our semifinals. Winner takes on Phantom Wednesday night in the championship game. Ogunbowale, mid-range, got it. First field goal from Mist belongs to Arike.
And Ogunbowale coming off the bench, you know she's a microwave. She can heat it up. They're going to really need her now to get things going.
Led all unrivaled reserves in scoring. Smith motors and scores! Plus the foul. There's life for the Misties.
Well, sometimes it takes that bench to come in and bring the fire, right? Nothing to lose. Arike, we know, can get on a heater. But there, Alana Smith, remember, she's the player that Coach talked about. That's their X factor because she does a little bit of everything very well at a high level.
Coming off an 18.9 rebound, 4-block game. Playing some of her best basketball, and you see it there in the numbers. High efficiency, and yeah, she gets a lot on the inside, but she can also knock it down from 3.
Take it a step further in the Breeze matchup, had 14 and 7 on 6 of 9 shooting. The 3 ball is starting to drop. No dribble, missed it badly. Mist, though, down just 10. You said it, Sarah. Leads evaporate fast in this format. Can Breeze keep the foot on the gas? And that's yet another foul. That's on Burton, her second. And what do you know? 2:41 left in the first. Mist is over the limit. That means a free throw worth 2 for Cameron Brink.
It does mean a free throw worth 2, and the Breeze, I mean, just an outstanding beginning first quarter. Coach Noel talked about it for them to come out strong. Paige Becker's actually getting the opportunity to get some breathing, which needs to happen because the Mist want to play her very physical.
The Unrivaled playoffs are presented by Samsung Galaxy. Wednesday night, 9 Eastern. Our coverage begins on TNT. Who will Phantom play in the title game? Burton draws a foul on the other end. This one's on Williams.
Number 10, Courtney Williams. That's your first.
You often hear the baseball analogy in this format. You got to hit singles if you're missed. You can't make up 10 points on one trip.
I do like that the Mist are continuing to attack the basket, not just settling for threes, but I believe when you get to that basket, get an opportunity to get fouled, you stop the clock there, and you get 2 points for 1 free throw.
A master in the mid-range, Williams. Burton draped on it. Jackson makes the catch and is fouled on the shoulder.
That's a pinpoint pass. Nice job over the top. Ogunbowale is trying to battle with Rakia Jackson, but Jackson just does an excellent job of working that seal. And we're talking a lot about Jackson, what she can do defensively. But back to that offense, she can post you up. She can get downhill with the speed, the length, knock down a 3-point shot. She's got so much to her game.
11 points for Rakia Jackson in the opening quarter. Has not missed from the field or from the line. Ogunbowale in her bag right now. Williams stays in front. Drop back, in and out. Jackson erupts the other way. Loose ball, scoops it up and in.
Rakia, she's out there laughing right now. She's laughing because she was able to figure out some way to hold on to that ball in between traffic, dribbling high, hits the foot of Arike, somehow ends up back to her, and she's able to scoop it in like ice cream. I see ya. She's not Elsa tonight. Remember, she's the Beauty and the Beast is back. Let's go.
Gets a breather. Becker subs in to join Williams and Brink for Mist. Gray back in the ball game with Ogunbowale and Alana Smith. Ogunbowale now has 4 points. missed just 2 of 13 from the floor. Breeze 7 of 10. Beckers with 2 points, 2 assists. That's an offensive foul by Cameron Brink. Her second.
And those are the fouls where Cameron Brink just has to stay still, allow Beckers to read the defense and let her decide which way to go. But instead, Cam tries to help her a little bit too much.
Brink's had 2 massive games against Miss this year. Had 21 and 8 in the most recent. Agumbawole, a rainbow triple. Tracked down by Beckers. Went for 29 in the first round. Talks about her aggressive attack early. Decides to feed Williams. Pouncing, fires. Oh, board Brink. Beckers hunts her shot. Trying to draw the foul. Goes down. Paige buckets.
Paige buckets with the emotion, and she talked about it. Playing with joy no matter what's happening out here.
Pull up the Brink's truck in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Motors in. Williams.
Here we go. Breeze is rolling. That's starting on both ends of the floor.
Smith. No. Williams is there. Final minute, first quarter. Breeze by 16. Beckers. Hard off the pick. Flings it to Brink. 3 in the air. Agumbawole in cruise control the other way. Swing it to Gray. Fire. Almost backed it in. You can just get the sense the roof's going to come off. Beckers behind the back. Give it back to her, Paige Beckers.
it looks so good, though.
It would have right there. That would have been the pop.
I'm getting my hustle points, boxing out
know,
Lisa
you're
Leslie over
bumping
here.
me.
This is like, do not mess with me.
I love it.
Enrique has a thing for the heroics. Changes speeds, floats it up. No. Box out Brink, 2 seconds. Brink's got to heave it. What a start by the youngins. Breeze by 16.
Big time. They came out with their attention to detail, and they saw it everywhere on the floor. Paige Beckers, she is a champion at heart, and she's showcasing it already. Some big, strong plays, pushing the pulse, and then Cameron Brink, watch out. She's been a wall.
Time competing against each other. It all started here at Unrivaled. And Stewie talked about trying to cut the water off, not allowing Beckers to get, ahead, to get away.
Oh, we got a waterfall going. The fire hydrant got knocked over.
It's open flood right now.
Breeze was 9 of 15 shooting in the first, missed 2 of 18. Beckers off that time. Rebound is grabbed by Alicia Gray, who's yet to score. Motors absorbs the contact. And that's one way, Lisa, you've talked about this. Get yourself to the line, see one go through.
It's got to be a strategy, especially right now for the Miss. Getting to the free throw line, getting that one free throw made for 2 points, and then trying to get some defensive stops back-to-back so you can get back into the game.
Our Xfinity Free Throw Challenge winner, Alicia Gray. After strike, let's look at second quarter action now through the Samsung Galaxy Game View, powered by Galaxy S25 Ultra. Alicia Gray, the unrivaled one-on-one tournament runner-up in 2026. Outstanding free throw shooter. She is finally on the board for Miss.
It'll be huge for her to get going. She didn't play in the most recent Miss game because of illness, so it's been a minute since she's been on the court for game action.
Bounce pass to Williams, knocks down the mid-range.
The mid-range mommies answered the call.
Stewart back in the game, playing with 3 fouls. Veronica Burton has 2. Malonga giving Stewart no room to breathe. Pinpoint pass, up and under Burton.
Great read, especially with the type of pressure that Breeze is trying to put on Miss. The ability to cut off the basketball and find some of those lanes.
Williams on the attack. Nearly lays it home. Malonga there to clean it up.
I love that Malonga was able to follow Williams, but I like that Williams really still attacking the basket. Excellent move for her, excellent rebound. Put back.
Back and forth, bucket sharing here in the second. Tough take in the paint. Alicia Gray has her first field goal. and missed, put together stops. Lisa said it. Often they set the tone in the game. They had a string of 3 straight with 90-plus points. They have 16 here in the second. Shovel bit by Williams is picked off by Stewart. So versatile. Pushes the rock the other way with the left hand. Brianna Stewart. Crafty. First field goal. Timeout Breeze. Champion. Paige Beckers was last in postseason basketball with UConn. Getting a taste of it with Unrivaled here in Brooklyn. Breeze by 12. We approach the 5-minute mark in the second. Beckers tied up. Jackson the fake. Hunts to the basket. Drives it. Snatched by Gray. Push the ball to Burton. Attacks. Finds Stewart. Three-pointer. Malonga climbs the ladder. Breeze with its starting unit. Same for Mist. Kia Jackson. Game high 13 points. Malonga. A dash. Follows her shot. Stewart stands tall, playing with 3 fouls, keep in mind. Offensive board, Beckers hangs in the air and scores despite the contest.
I just love the patience by Beckers, the idea that she continued to get that rebound, to shoot it at the pace she wants to play at.
Meanwhile, Alicia Gray continues to hunt for her shot around the rim, draws the foul.
Paige Beckers has been assertive and aggressive right from the start, but you see her here using her body, seeing how she can find her way to the basket. She's done an excellent job of just initiating some contact. Look at that first round against the Rose, 29 points. It was the level of efficiency, though, that she had both from the field, from 3, and she understands when she's assertive early on, that opens up so much for her teammates.
Well, I hope the folks are entertained because Paige Beckers came to play tonight.
Great attack by Malonga.
How many Malonga, too? Talked about her in the open. It's going to be important that she continues to put pressure on Stewie, especially considering she has 3 fouls.
14 points, a season best 17 rebounds. Contest Stewart's shot. Pinballs out. Malonga hits the deck. Just 20 years old. You've got Jackson at 24 years old. Paige Beckers, 24 years old. 2 defenders come. Malonga, 3. Here comes Mist. Burton ahead of the snake. Gray on the rack attack now. Sprinkles off the iron. Leak out by Jackson. Attacks the rim. A fake. Up and under bid. That's travel. Good try though, Rakia.
Yeah, right idea. It was definitely the right idea. Not sure the ball slipped out of her hand, but
once again, though, Stewart, so good on the inside.
Yeah.
She's stopped a lot of looks that you think would be easy looks, layups. The presence that she has and the timing defensively has been important for Miss trying to work back into this.
Sarah, you said this early. Fearless, Breeze. Fearless attack in this ball game so far.
And they need, and really, like, they've got nothing to lose. This is an opportunity for them, and you could see the confidence in their group and in their chemistry has flourished throughout the whole season, but particularly lately.
Float move by Burton. Brink clears. Williams uses the ball screen. It's an offensive foul by Cameron Brink. Now her 3rd. Breeze leads by 14 here at Barclays in Brooklyn. 18,000 plus watching the Unrivaled playoffs on TNT.
But give a lot of credit to Breeze. One has been how they've defended, but they've also continued to make shots, so it hasn't pressed their defense in transition.
Smith pulls the trigger, knocks down a 3. First for Mist tonight after an 0-for-7 start. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brendan, we definitely have a little pace competition going on with Coach O'Brien telling his team, speed it up, we have to play with more pace, and Coach Quinn telling her team, feel free to keep slowing it down, play at our pace, and she actually drew up a lot of things for Rakia to go one-on-one, as you're witnessing right now. She wants her to have those opportunities. She wants her to trust her vision of the court. If she doesn't see it, then they can move along in the offense, but really calm and cool and collected over there. Not satisfied defensively. Coach telling her team, we have to keep rebounding and we have to keep playing hard without fouling.
Here's the thing, it's really hard to play fast when you're not getting stops and you're constantly having to take it out of the net, and that's been a big problem for Miss.
Brink was almost bottled up. Hits Williams, finds the mid-range, decides to float a pass to Brink. Great offense by Breeze.
excellent offense and excellent job by Courtney Williams to recognize that she could hit that pass to Brink to finish.
Now 6 assists as a club. Smith just hit from there.
Alana Smith's coming off a game. She was 4 of 7 from 3. We talked about her importance. She's shown it through the course of this season, and it's going to be more than ever here tonight.
Entered tonight, 6 of her last 11 from deep. She's got missed only 2 3-pointers. This is a 10-point game again, as Beckers and Malonga check in for Brinken Williams. Dominique Malonga has 10 rebounds already in this basketball game.
Well, you know what? I want to say, Brendan, I like what Miss just did, though. 2 times the pick and pop out of that pick and roll. She didn't roll, she popped, and therefore they were able to get 2 3-pointers back to back. I like that because a big, again, always in that drop coverage, second movement is to move forward, Sarah, to try to block that out.
Breeze and missed. Shot the most free throws in Unrivaled on the swing. It's a Gumbawale! Rattles home a triple. And it's a 7-point game.
Well, we know it's a game of runs, so the Mist are on their way.
Beckers aimed for a silencer. Ogumbawale erupts. Shifty dribble. Jackson fumbles it, but it's going the other way. Coming up at the half, stay tuned for the Unrivaled halftime show presented by Ford with Lauren Jabara, Candace Parker, and Renee Montgomery back in Atlanta. Full court press by Mist. What Allie's talking about. Slow walk up the floor by Jackson. Mid-range. Got it.
I love the pace Rickea Jackson's playing with now. And you know Stewie has long arms. Nice job of just knocking down that 7-10-foot jumper.
Stewart 1 for 8 from the floor overall. Early foul trouble. Fake. Malonga times the stuff. 4.9 on the shot clock for Mist. The top scoring club in Unrivaled, shooting just 28% from the floor. Ogumbawale on the kick. Penetrates. High arcing floater. Stewart tried to tip it back. Breeze push. Lob Jackson.
Probably had a bounce there on that play. I know you always want to get it over top to Malonga, but there was a pocket to get her through, catch her in stride. Also, she's so tall, you feel like you could just toss it up wherever.
Yeah, I think Rickea missed the opportunity and then had hoped that Malonga would be able to grab that pass.
It's a great get back, though, by Stewart, was a part of it.
Facilitation mode by Gray. Shot clock to 2. Ogumbawale fires. Banks it in! 10 points for Enrique. The birthday girl, by the way. 29 years old today.
And the bank is open.
She hit the half-court shot for some cash this morning and shoot-around. Make it rain, Enrique for Mist. 17 now on the other end for Jackson. There's a nice take in the paint for Stewart. See if she can get going. 6-point game. Beckers curls around the pick. Mid-range. Yes! Paige buckets.
Paige buckets. People got the popcorn out. I don't see any red vines yet, Brendan, but I know they're in here.
Keyword is yet. Up and under by Stewart. Now they're trading baskets. Mist has weathered the storm. Enrique all up in Paige Beckers. Teammates in Dallas. Now they go head-to-head on a playoff stage in Brooklyn.
Birthday bank. And Enrique Ogumbawale, she's had a great first half here for Mist, and that's much needed. You'll take it any way it comes, but the fact that you're playing basketball for the Mist, that you feel like you can play so much better, you're still heading into this halftime feeling like you at least cut this deficit to single digits.
3-second difference between the 2 clocks. Beckers drives it. Along to the forward. She's been everywhere on the glass. Now 12 rebounds, 8 points on the other end for Paige Beckers. We get a whistle.
Smart foul by Paige Becker. She wanted to have that foul on the floor, which I thought was a smart foul because now they have to take it out on the side with 3.7 seconds left.
Yep, 1 to give. Ogumbawale to trigger it in. Gray knifes off the pick. Instead, it's a flare pass to Stewart. Spin cycle, let it up, and good! Okay, Brianna Stewart. Stu York has life.
I love this shot, and Stewie just went to her veteran move. Put her in the spin cycle, jump her over the top. Easy money.
This Miss team has showed resiliency. To be here in a two-possession game is really important. Breeze have to come out again with a lot of confidence here in the second half, starting at that defensive end.
Miss trailed by 16 at the end of one. They win the second quarter by 10, 28-18. 17 for Rakia Jackson. Stewart and Agumbawale with 10 apiece. You're watching the Unrivaled semifinals on TNT Sports, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Into these post-playoffs at 10-4. They won 4 in a row, and all of their wins by double digits. Down just 6, it was once a 16-point lead for Breeze. Stewart drive it and picked apart. Still missed ball over to Allie.
Well, I talked to Coach O'Brien, and he said, I thought we were passive. I thought we played timid in the first half. We just have to come out and attack and play with our pace, he told me. I asked him if he thought the Breeze were trying to slow them down intentionally. He said, absolutely. They're loading up. They're getting in the gaps. We just have to be prepared to keep attacking.
I think that's a great report from Coach Zach, because you want your team to play. And they've done one thing that they wanted to do, and that is try to be physical with Paige Beckers. That part has worked. The rest of it, not so much.
Beckers navigates the pit. Pull up, got it. Paige Beckers now in double figures at 10.
She's been getting anywhere she wants to go to on the floor. She's in entire control of this game.
Burton changes speeds, kick it out. Stewart, three-pointer. Missed 4 of 12 from deep. Breeze took and made the fewest threes in the regular season, just 2 of 7. Beckers leaner, short. Fight for the loose ball. Hot potato. It's scooped up by Burton. Numbers for missed. Gray, drive, Malonga, rather, it's Jackson who comes up with the stuff. Back the other way, it's Malonga. Two-player game, they share and care.
I love it, the sharing and caring, Brendan, but also just the defense again. Rakia Jackson coming up huge on the defensive end, really igniting the Breeze.
Malonga takes flight and sprinkles it in.
Yeah, that time she took off a little bit too early. She can't quite come from the free throw line just yet, Brendan.
And Dominique Malonga has a double-double. Breeze by 10. Burton plays off the pick. Jumper, swish. There is no fear in Breeze. They keep responding to the missed punches. Beckers in the triple threat. Comes off the pick, fake it, lean in and score.
That's so impressive. Gets her defender on her hip.
And it works like a fast break. Missed so quick the other way.
But that's a part of what Zach O'Brien has talked about, and that's what they need to do. Make or miss, find ways to still push the basketball.
Set it from the get-go after camp. We want to play fast, and Stewart fast on defense.
Excellent block by Stewie. Can she finish it on the other end? Yes, she can.
Heating up. 12 for Stu York. Beckers bottled up in the paint. Kick it out, Malonga. A 3.
Malonga with a beautiful soft touch for a big girl at 6'6". She can knock it down, 17-foot and 3-pointers. She now has 15 points.
Folks, she's only 20 years old. Gray from the mid-range. Tracked down by Beckers. In a gallop, Jackson. Dump it, Malonga.
What a play by Rakia Jackson. The feel, the ability to put the pass on point, to catch it in stride.
And a high motor the other way. Alicia Gray aims to get unleashed. Under 4 to go in the third. Great back and forth pace. In the first few minutes of quarter number 3. Winner to face Phantom in the championship game. Keys for a comeback are brought to you by Icy Hot, official topical paint partner of Unrivaled.
For Miss defensive connectivity, we've seen this in moments, but we need to see more of it. They have generated points off of Breeze turnovers, but you got to see it more consistently.
And when I think about just their offensive scheme, Sarah, I thought the pick and pop worked well for them. I think they can get back to that, even with Stewie, who can clearly shoot it from the outside as well as get to the rim.
And Sarah's point, 10 points off turnovers for missed. Down by 8. Agumbawale's been a microwave all year. Leads the league in bench points. Fade away. Williams into the action as well as Brink. Alana Smith for missed. Uses the shield from Brink. Attempts to save it. Williams does. Pokes at the loose ball. Tight ropes. Kick it to Jackson. 3 in the air. Too strong. Williams comes in, hits Brink, and he's struck. The youngins are backing down from anything in a sold-out Barclays Center. Breeze by 10 in Brooklyn.
It changed the trajectory of that Phantom Ball Club to win that game.
Out of the break, missed with the ball down by 10, trailed by 16, 26-10 at the end of one. Bounce it to Stewart, glides to the rim, met by Brink. Here comes Breeze with numbers. Jackson twists and turns, kick it to Williams. Aims to find Brink, deflection missed. Here comes Agumbawale, full head of steam. Loose ball. Smith the save, Stewart the drive, swallowed up by Brink.
Brink doing an excellent job using her length and size on defense, just stopping the miss every single time down the court.
And Cameron Brink just picked up her 4th personal foul.
The defense has been excellent by Cam Brink, using her body, just really getting that ball out of Stewie's hands. But if she could just stop getting offensive fouls, setting screens, she'd be all right.
Breeze led the league in the regular season in block shots. They have 6, and we still have 2 and change left in the second. Stewart tightropes the baseline and squeezes in for 2.
This is an important 2 minutes for Miss.
No doubt.
We understand what it means to set the winning score, so for them to cut this deficit is huge.
Mid-range master, Williams.
The mid-range mommy coming it through again.
Agumbawale a 3. In and out.
There's been a lot of shots for missed. That one, that typically they would make, and they're just not able to connect with the same efficiency we've come to find.
In their 4-game win streak prior to the playoffs, 41 made threes in their last 4 games, 44% from deep. Bodies tangled up here on the other end.
The interesting thing, for as much basketball that has been played, the Miss still only down by 10.
Yes.
Still in this, Sarah.
And that's why if they can just get a couple stops here, make a couple baskets for them, it'll be really pivotal in that next frame.
Stewart just picked up her 4th. Shake and bake by Becker. Stewart is the matchup. UConn on UConn with 2 seconds, and Alana Smith with the reach-in foul, her 2nd. Thank you to Miller Lite for being the official beer sponsor of Unrivaled. 18,261 have packed Barclays Center for the Unrivaled semis. Becker's nasty step back. It can't fall, though, on that try. Stewart motors ahead, looks for Smith, deflection. Noelle Quinn talked to us about that last week at the end of the regular season. They've been tallying up their deflections. They lead to kills, and she's been very proud of their attention to detail on that end.
Absolutely, and some of those things don't end up over here in our stat sheet, but you're talking about activity. That's what you want to see defensively from your team.
Stewart banks it in. Back to 8, missed, keeps cutting it from 10 to 8 to 6. But Breeze has answers, turned over. That's the 10th turnover by Breeze.
That's been the one difference maker. Everything that we keep talking about of feeling like Breeze or Mist is not playing at their best, what they have been able to do is take advantage of the vulnerability of Breeze, often having those miscues.
Phantom awaits the winner. The Unrivaled championship game is Wednesday night. Coverage starts at 9 Eastern on TNT. The winning club takes home $600,000.
Man, who
That's a big bag.
Come on.
Becker's behind the back. They throw a double at her. This is what they wanted to do from the start. Not let her have any room to breathe. Brink attacks. Gobbled up by Alana Smith. Pushes the pace. Stewart tracks it down. Swing Agumbawale. 3-ball. Got it! Right between the eyes. 13 for Arike Agumbawale. Timeout Breeze. It's a 5-point game in Brooklyn.
The Mist have come alive here, and they're fighting, knowing they're not playing their best game, but they want to create some chaos. They want to make it ugly. They're not afraid to try and win ugly, and that's what they want to force the Breeze into doing right now.
Dallas teammates match up, and Becker's a groan after the make. 14 for Paige Beckers. 7-point game. At the elbow, Agumbawale fakes the feed. Smith the screen. Nowhere to go. Malonga all over Stewart, loose ball. Jackson, it's loose. Can't touch it. Nope, they won't call it. We play on, 8 seconds. Shot clock off for Beckers. 3, 2, Malonga the catch. No good. The winning score is 73 points. Can the Youngins and one of 2 new clubs in Unrivaled go for the upset? It's Unrivaled semifinal action on TNT, presented by Samsung Galaxy. We start the 4th quarter. The winning score is presented by Maker's Mark. 73 points in semifinal number 2. Phantom awaits the winner for Wednesday night's championship. Beckers denied once. In and out. Malonga's tip goes.
Long arms, I love it. Being able to get that ball, control it, and tip it in. Excellent job for Breeze.
16 second chance points for Breeze. It was the flip the last time these 2 teams played.
Back-to-back playoff double-doubles for Malonga. 14 and 17 in the first round, 18 and 13 tonight in the semis. It's on the deck. Beckers is wrestling for it, a jump ball. Stays with Mist. The 4th quarter is commercial-free, and it's brought to you by AT&T. New 12-second shot clock for Mist. Brendan Glasheen with the Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie, Sarah Kustok, Allie LaForce. Great to have you with us. It's been an electric night in these Unrivaled playoffs, presented by Samsung Galaxy. It's winner go home for Mist and Breeze. Phantom cut by Vinyl. Agumbawale the catch and the rattling finish.
Excellent finish by Enrique Agumbawale, coming off that screen, just smooth in her rhythm.
15 for Enrique. Knows how to channel another level in these big games. See Notre Dame 7 years ago. Beckers hunts mid-range. Short. On the pursuit of the rebound. It's loose. It falls between the legs. Here comes Mist. Agumbawale leads Stewart. No whistle hits the deck. Numbers the other way. Beckers a three-pointer. Got it! Playoff Page.
Oh my goodness, Paige Beckers with the bucket, the transition 3, and just the heart, the tenacity to be able to take that shot in that moment and knock it down. You gotta love it.
17 for Beckers with 10 rebounds and 5 assists.
She got some moxie, and she came here ready to go. You see her right there, stepping in that transition 3. A lot of room, patience.
Tries to make sure she comes in solid for them, not upset. She gets on them, of course, but she does not demean them, and she's very conscious that they're learning, they're young, and they are very capable of winning.
Enrique shakes free, up to 18 points, her 4th three-pointer. Much needed for Mist. Meanwhile, Breeze is 6 points away from the winning score. Beckers comes for the ball. Agumbawale is attached to her. Smith shows her prowess defensively. Ball screen. Malonga rolls, rises up. That's a shot clock violation. Missed ball.
What a defensive play by Mist. Communication, they were quick on their recoveries. That's exactly what Zach O'Brien has asked of them, but they need a whole lot more of that, especially if they want to continue to play at a faster pace.
Here's Stewart, has 16 points. Smith wraps a pass into Stewart, deep in the block, pounds the basketball and lays it in.
Excellent finish for Stewie, who can go left or right, but she does a nice job of keeping Rakia right on her back, finishing strong. And it's going to be important right now for the Mist to try and get another defensive stop and close this gap.
Beckers the swing to Jackson, attacks, dump it, Malonga, stuffed, Stewart snatches the ball. 3-on-2, Stewart down the runway, and the foul.
Watch out. End to end. Stewart has been trying to put this team on her back. Does a great job here. Off the stop and one with the finish. The bench is loving it. And we said it, we've seen so many games through the course of this Unrivaled season and playoffs that no lead is safe.
Like they say in The Dark Knight, maybe a storm is coming. 2-point game. Jackson 3. Remember last year in the Unrivaled semifinals, Lunar Owls held a 10-point lead, meaning they established a winning score that required Vinyl to score 21 points to come back and win, and they did it. Can Zach O'Brien's Duke do it tonight? This needs 8. Breeze needs 6. And a pack Barclays. Stewart is back home. Cameron Brink, the denial.
I'm telling you right now, this substitution was huge to get Malunga out and for Cameron Brink, the second time she meets Stewie right at the top of her shot. Excellent body control, and Cam Brink is excited about this opportunity.
10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass from Alana Smith. Stewart high off the glass. Stu York is lit. Timeout Breeze. We're tied. He's 12-5 in this winning score, fourth quarter. Let's see if Beckers and company can get back on track. Ogunbowale draped on Beckers. Won't give her room. Smith pokes out. Bounce pass to Jackson. Puts the head down and drives. Stewart negates the shot. On the move. Brink another block. Up to 4 and 8 for Breeze as a club.
Come on, Cameron Brink with the block party, being the last line of defense for the Breeze, and she keeps showing up every single time.
Matches a career high for Brink for blocks in a game. Still missed ball. Tied at 67. Ogunbowale Snakes. Kick it out. Smith 3. Yes! Woo! First lead tonight, Misties.
Well, you got to love it. And Breanna Stewart talked about if they have this moment, she's going to rely on this crowd to help see them through this win.
Beckers, no. Brink, yes. Timeout missed. Oh, my goodness.
And knocked down a jumper. But I think the biggest challenge right now, the Breeze going with the double big.
A 3 would win the game on the miss side. Breanna Stewart hasn't hit one from there tonight. Arike Ogunbowale has 4. To the spot, jumper, short. Stewart on the glass. Ogunbowale open. Sidestep three-pointer. Drives